On this journey into the depths of the sea, we encounter not only a graceful creature, but also one of nature's most intelligent and intriguing beings, dolphins. At first glance, these creatures may seem playful and cute, but in reality, they have highly complex social structures, advanced communication abilities, and astonishing intelligence that have fascinated scientists for years. Many of us have seen them in documentaries or vacation resorts. These creatures that leap in the water, splash it with tail strikes, and play with each other are not just a visual delight, but also an indispensable part of the marine ecosystem. But is everything we know about dolphins really enough to truly understand them? In this video, we will go beyond the surface behaviors of dolphins. We will explore their complex relationships within the pod, hunting strategies, and social bonds. Every whistle, every click is actually part of the messages they send each other, and these messages create a hidden world beneath the sea. While watching them, you will not only be entertained, but you will also be amazed by dolphins' intelligence, empathy, and problem-solving abilities. These creatures perceive, learn, and adapt to their environment and each other in ways most of us cannot even imagine. And the most fascinating part is that dolphins show these abilities not only among themselves, but also with humans. Dolphins, long regarded as guides and lucky symbols by sailors for centuries, now touch human lives for both therapeutic and scientific purposes. When children and individuals with cognitive disabilities interact with dolphins, they experience an interaction that supports emotional and cognitive development. But this interaction also reminds us of how fragile and in need of protection the marine ecosystem truly is. Every second of this video, you will see more details about dolphins' intelligence, social behaviors, and lifestyles. You will learn not only about their surface play, but also about their deep-sea life and survival strategies, and discover how each behavior maintains balance in the ecosystem. During this journey, you will realize that dolphins are not only creatures living in the seas, but also critical elements preserving the planet's biodiversity. Now, take a deep breath. Open your eyes to this magnificent underwater world and get ready for a unique exploration of the fascinating, intelligent world of dolphins. This video invites you not just to watch, but to stay curious, learn, and marvel at every moment. If you're ready, let's dive in. Dolphins are among the most graceful and intriguing creatures of the seas. With their sleek, flowing lines and shiny skins, these creatures glide through the water like shadows, attracting the attention of scientists and nature enthusiasts alike, both with their aesthetics and intelligence. At first glance, dolphins may appear playful and affectionate, but in reality, they are noted for their highly complex social structures and advanced communication abilities. In different regions of the seas, they form pods according to ocean currents and food sources. These pods sometimes consist of only a few individuals, while other times hundreds of dolphins gather to create massive communities. Each dolphin can recognize other individuals in the pod and form long-lasting bonds. Some studies have shown that relationships between family members can last for years. Dolphins are particularly known for species such as bottlenose dolphins, Tursiops truncatus, and common dolphins, Delphinus delphinus. These species can live in both shallow coastal waters and open oceans. Their lengths typically range from 2 to 4 meters, while their weights range from 150 to 650 kilograms. Their bodies are hydrodynamic, allowing them to move quickly and efficiently through the water. Dolphins' blowholes and advanced lungs enable them to hold their breath for short periods underwater and cover long distances while swimming. Additionally, the elasticity of their bodies helps them maintain agility even at high speeds. In terms of intelligence, dolphins occupy a remarkable position among mammals. Their brains are relatively large compared to their body weight, and their cortices allow for the emergence of complex behaviors. Problem-solving abilities, tool-using behaviors, and creativity in play have been frequently observed in interactions with humans. For example, some dolphin pods use sea sponges as a protective shield in their mouth to better control fish during hunting. Such behaviors are not only evidence of intraspecies learning, but also of cultural transmission. Dolphins are highly advanced in sound communication. They use various whistles, clicks, and complex sound sequences to talk to each other. These sounds help them navigate and organize social relationships within the pod. Each dolphin has its unique signature whistle, which allows other individuals to recognize it. Especially young dolphins develop their communication skills by learning and imitating these sounds. Their ability to detect prey using sound waves also plays a critical role in their survival. Dolphins' feeding habits vary depending on their species and the regions they inhabit. Most dolphins feed on fast-moving marine creatures like fish and squid. They cooperate during hunting. Pod members gather fish together to capture them more easily. This cooperation not only helps young dolphins learn hunting techniques, but also increases the survival chances of the pod. The strategies they display during feeding are another proof of their intelligence and social structures. Dolphins draw attention not only with their intelligence and social abilities, but also with their interaction with nature. Frequently observed in coastal areas, these creatures have become objects of curiosity and admiration for humans. Throughout history, sailors believed that dolphins could guide them and sometimes considered them symbols of luck and protection. In ancient Greek and Roman mythology, dolphins were associated with the sea god Poseidon and other deities, often depicted as symbols of safe passage. This mythological and cultural significance of dolphins still serves as a popular theme in tourism and documentary production today. Their movements in the seas resemble a dance. Leaping at the water's surface, flipping, and playing with each other are not only aesthetic, but also indicators of social interaction. These behaviors allow young dolphins to learn through play. Hunting techniques, hierarchy within the pod, and communication methods are critical skills learned during play. For example, young dolphins compete with each other to develop speed and agility, while adults practice these skills in real hunting situations. Dolphins' reproductive behaviors are also quite fascinating. Female dolphins typically start giving birth between the ages of 3 and 6, producing one calf per birth. Calves immediately form a strong bond with their mothers and stay close during their early years to learn essential survival skills. This bond is not limited to mothers. Other females and males within the pod may also take care of the calves. In this way, cooperation and learning processes within the community are supported. Dolphins' intelligence and learning abilities also manifest in their interactions with humans. Researchers have observed their problem-solving, object recognition, and ability to understand complex tasks. Some dolphins can learn specific commands and signals in laboratory settings or training programs and perform them correctly. Additionally, interactions between humans and dolphins have been used for therapeutic purposes. Dolphin therapy has emerged as a method that supports emotional and cognitive development, particularly for children and individuals with cognitive disabilities. In the marine ecosystem, dolphins also serve as a balancing element. By preying on fish and squid, they help maintain population balance in the ocean. In this way, dolphins play a critical role in ecosystem health. However, human activities have increased the threats they face. Plastic pollution in the seas, ship traffic, fishing, and habitat destruction are factors that directly affect dolphin life. Particularly, getting caught in nets is one of the main causes of dolphin deaths. Scientists are conducting various projects to protect dolphins and ensure sustainable habitats. Establishing protected areas, monitoring programs, and awareness campaigns are important steps in conserving dolphin populations. Additionally, marine protected areas and fishing bans are significant tools supporting the survival of these species. Moreover, tourism and dolphin watching activities, when properly managed, provide both economic benefits and increased public interest in these creatures. The social structure of dolphins makes them one of the most complex creatures of the seas. The relationships, hierarchy, and cooperation among pod members have been studied by researchers for many years. Dolphins form strong bonds within the pod. Not only family members, but also other individuals develop close relationships. These relationships manifest during hunting, defense, and play. Especially young dolphins observe experienced members of the pod to learn and develop their social skills. Communication lies at the heart of dolphin life. Each dolphin has its unique signature whistle. This allows the individual to be recognized by others and respond when called. This functions like a name and is used for individual recognition within the pod. Additionally, clicking and popping sounds are used for echolocation, a sonar-like navigation and prey detection. Echolocation allows dolphins to locate prey and understand their environment. The complex sound waves underwater allow dolphins to move in a coordinated manner with each other. Dolphins are also playful animals. Leaping at the water's surface, tail slaps, flipping, and racing with each other are not only for fun, but also methods to develop hunting and survival skills. Play is a critical process for young dolphins to learn. Through experiences, mistakes, and repetition, calves learn hunting techniques, social behaviors, and their roles within the pod. This process is another demonstration of dolphins' learning capacity and intelligence. The strategies they display during hunting once again reveal their intelligence and social skills. Dolphins move in coordinated groups to gather fish together. Some species use sea sponges in their mouths as a kind of shield during hunting. This behavior has developed to protect the captured fish from injuries and to ensure controlled hunting. Another example is dolphins driving their prey toward the shore to capture them easily, and the young learn this method by observing. Dolphins, apart from hunting and social interaction, are curious and investigative animals. They enjoy examining new objects and creatures. When interacting with humans, they often try to explore the surroundings and sometimes approach playfully. These behaviors make them popular in marine research and ecotourism projects. Humans' desire to encounter and observe dolphins increases interest in these creatures, but it can also affect their natural behaviors. Therefore, ethical rules in observation and interaction are of great importance. In terms of reproductive behavior, dolphins are also quite interesting. Female dolphins generally give birth every 2 to 3 years, and usually a single calf is born at a time. Calves bond with their mothers immediately after birth and move with them in their early years to learn essential survival skills. This process is critically important for both feeding and social learning. Calves are also protected by other members of the pod. This supports solidarity and social education within the community. Dolphins' intelligence and problem-solving abilities place them in a special position among marine mammals. In laboratory and natural environment observations, dolphins' abilities to understand complex tasks, use objects, and cooperate have been repeatedly proven. Social learning in particular allows them to develop cultural behaviors. For example, certain hunting techniques in some pods are passed from generation to generation. These behaviors demonstrate learning and teaching processes similar to human culture. Dolphins also stand out with their interactions with humans. For centuries, sailors have regarded dolphins as guiding, protective, and lucky creatures. These beliefs were reflected in mythological stories and legends, especially during the ancient Greek and Roman periods. Dolphins were depicted as symbols that helped sailors be protected from storms, and sometimes they were considered messengers of gods. Today, dolphins are observed and admired by millions of people through ecotourism and nature documentaries. In modern times, the influence of dolphins on humans is also seen in therapy and education. Dolphin therapy is applied as a method that supports cognitive and emotional development, especially for children and individuals with cognitive disabilities. In these therapies, the social and playful behaviors of dolphins are utilized to establish trust and communication between humans and dolphins. At the same time, face-to-face interaction with dolphins produces stress-reducing and relaxing effects. This situation strengthens humans' bond with dolphins while also showcasing these creatures' intelligence and empathy abilities. In terms of their role in the marine ecosystem, dolphins are of great importance as a balancing element. By preying on fish and squid, they help maintain the balance of populations under the sea. This is a critical function for ecosystem health. Dolphins form an important link in the food chain. However, human activities create factors that threaten dolphins' lives. Plastic pollution, ship traffic, fishing, and habitat destruction negatively affect dolphin populations. In particular, getting caught in fishing nets is one of the main causes of dolphin deaths and is a major concern for scientists. Research shows that dolphins also have adaptation abilities against the threats they face. For example, some dolphins learn to move more quietly in areas with heavy ship traffic and adjust their hunting strategies accordingly. However, long-term effects are still not fully known, and scientists continue to collect more data on this matter. Global issues such as pollution in the seas and climate change are shrinking dolphins' habitats and reducing their food sources. Conservation projects play a critical role in supporting the survival of dolphins. National and international projects aimed at protecting dolphins are carried out in different parts of the world. Marine protected areas, fishing bans, and monitoring programs secure the habitats of the species. Additionally, public awareness campaigns ensure that people interact with dolphins without harming them. Thanks to these projects, scientists continuously gather information about the status of dolphin populations and update conservation strategies when necessary. Dolphins' lifestyles and behaviors also affect their survival strategies. Cooperation within pods is vital not only for hunting, but also for protection from predators, caring for calves, and social learning. Pod members constantly observe and help each other. For example, an injured dolphin can be protected and fed by other members of the pod. This kind of social solidarity clearly reveals dolphins' complex intelligence and empathy abilities. Dolphins' feeding habits vary greatly depending on both their species and the seas and oceans they inhabit. Most dolphin species feed on fast-moving marine animals such as fish and squid. Therefore, both speed and strategy are important during hunting. Group hunting behavior is one of the most striking examples of dolphins' intelligence and social cooperation. For instance, a group of dolphins squeezes and directs the fish they catch in order to capture them more easily. During this process, young dolphins observe experienced individuals to learn hunting techniques. Some dolphin species demonstrate tool use during hunting. For example, using sea sponges in their mouths as a shield has been developed to protect captured fish and catch them in a controlled manner. These behaviors reveal dolphins' problem-solving abilities and social learning capacities. Additionally, dolphins produce certain sounds and clicks while hunting to coordinate with each other. This is an important part of intrapod communication and strategy. The types of fish dolphins prey on vary according to the region they inhabit. Dolphins living in shallow coastal areas generally feed on small fish such as sardines, anchovies, and whiting. Species living in the open ocean prefer larger and faster prey such as squid and tuna. These differences show dolphins' adaptive abilities and allow them to survive in diverse ecosystems. The flexibility in feeding strategies also enables them to resist human activities. In the marine ecosystem, dolphins form a critical link in the food chain. By preying on fish, they help maintain balance in lower ecosystems. Dolphins' hunting behavior can affect the feeding patterns of other organisms in the ecosystem, thereby preserving the biodiversity of the seas. For example, an excessive fish population can negatively affect seabed ecosystems. Dolphins provide a natural control mechanism to maintain this balance. Dolphins' feeding habits are also connected to their social structures. Cooperation within the pod is important not only during hunting, but also in calf feeding and training processes. Female dolphins teach their calves hunting techniques and involve them in hunting with the pod. This training process ensures the survival of the calves and the development of social skills. Young dolphins learn hunting strategies by observing experienced individuals and begin to understand their roles within the pod. Dolphins are also curious and investigative animals. They enjoy exploring new hunting grounds, objects, and other creatures. This curiosity is sometimes seen in interactions with humans as well. Dolphins may approach boats, play with waves, and even perform imitation movements on the water's surface. These behaviors both facilitate scientists' observation of them and serve as a major attraction for ecotourism. However, excessive human interaction can disrupt dolphins' natural behaviors. Therefore, ethical rules in observation and interaction are of great importance. Dolphins' reproductive behaviors are quite complex and vary among species. Female dolphins usually give birth every 2 to 3 years, and a single calf is born at each birth. During birth, the female is usually supported by the pod and surrounded by other individuals for the safety of the young calves. The calf forms a strong bond with its mother immediately after birth. This bond is critically important for survival during the early years. calves move with their mothers and learn essential skills such as hunting, breathing, and social interaction. Young dolphins learn through play from birth. Jumping, flipping, and surface movements develop both their physical skills and their understanding of social hierarchy within the pod. Mothers and other adult individuals support the calves in learning correct behaviors. This process is critically important for both feeding and survival. Dolphins' capacity for social learning is another indicator of their intelligence. The breeding season in dolphins varies according to species and the regions they inhabit. Dolphins living in tropical and temperate seas can reproduce for much of the year, while species in colder waters generally give birth during specific months. These periods are aligned with environmental factors that increase the chances of survival of the calves. For example, giving birth during periods of abundant food ensures sufficient nutrition for the calves and supports the overall health of the pod. The social cooperation displayed by dolphins during reproduction is remarkable. Male dolphins exhibit certain behaviors to impress females and mate. These behaviors include play, water splashing, and coordinated movement within the pod. Female dolphins consider intelligence, agility, and social status within the pod when selecting a mating partner. This helps preserve the genetic diversity of dolphin pods. After the reproductive process is completed, calves stay with their mothers, and the feeding period usually lasts several months. During this time, the development and survival of the calf depend on the attention of the mother and other members of the pod. Calves learn essential skills such as hunting and social interaction. This process not only ensures their survival, but also guarantees the continuity of the social structure within the pod. Dolphins' long lifespans are closely related to their reproductive strategies and social learning capacities. Average lifespans vary between 20 and 50 years depending on the species. This long life allows dolphins to form complex social bonds, share their experiences with the pod, and educate young individuals. Especially long-lived individuals contribute to preserving and transmitting the pod's cultural knowledge. Dolphins hold a special place among marine mammals with their intelligence and problem-solving abilities. Their brains are relatively large compared to their body weight, and their advanced cortical structures allow them to exhibit complex behaviors. Research has shown that dolphins in laboratory and natural environment experiments can recognize objects, solve tasks, and cooperate with other individuals. Problem-solving abilities are especially prominent in hunting and play behaviors. Dolphins develop strategies to catch their prey and move in coordination with pod members. For example, they use intra-pod communication and cooperation to gather fish together or drive them toward the shore. These behaviors are not only indicators of intelligence, but also evidence of social learning and cultural transmission. In some pods, specific hunting techniques are passed from generation to generation, and young individuals learn these methods by observing experienced individuals. Dolphins' social intelligence is not limited to hunting or play. Relationships, hierarchy, and solidarity within pods are highly developed. Dolphins recognize each other, help each other, and manage conflicts within the group. For example, an injured or sick individual can be protected and fed by the pod. These behaviors are indicators of empathy and social awareness. Social learning allows dolphins to maintain their cultural knowledge. Dolphins' communication abilities are the clearest indicators of their intelligence. Each dolphin has a unique signature whistle, which allows the individual to be recognized by others. Through whistles, clicks, and pops, coordination within the pod is ensured, and navigation and hunting processes are facilitated. Echolocation plays a critical role in dolphins' understanding of their environment and detecting their prey. The complex sound waves underwater allow dolphins to communicate with pod members and act together against threats. Dolphins are also impressive in terms of learning and memory abilities. In some experiments, dolphins can remember complex tasks, recognize new objects, and retain certain behaviors in their long-term memory. This feature enhances their adaptive abilities, both in the wild and during interactions with humans. This high intelligence of dolphins also manifests in their relationships with humans. They quickly understand cues given by humans and respond appropriately. Dolphin behavior is another indicator of dolphins' intelligence and learning capacities. Jumps, tail slaps, flips, and pod races help develop both physical and cognitive skills. Young dolphins learn hunting techniques, social interactions, and pod hierarchy during play. This learning process is a critical training mechanism that ensures survival. In addition, creative and flexible thinking skills develop during play. This supports dolphins' problem-solving capacity. Dolphins have a large fan base worldwide due to their interactions with humans. Sailors have regarded dolphins as lucky and protective beings for centuries. This belief has often been reflected in mythology and folklore. In modern times, dolphins attract the attention of millions of people through documentaries and ecotourism. Humans' desire to interact face-to-face with dolphins has created motivation both to observe their natural behaviors and to develop entertainment-based tourism activities. Dolphin therapy is an effective method, especially for children and individuals with cognitive disabilities. These therapies utilize the social and playful behaviors of dolphins. Human-dolphin interactions support both emotional and cognitive development. Swimming and play activities increase the sense of trust, empathy, and relaxation in individuals. However, if dolphin therapy and tourism activities are not managed ethically, they can negatively affect dolphins' natural behaviors. Therefore, experts recommend setting boundaries in interactions and ensuring that natural behaviors are not disrupted. Ecotourism and observation activities indirectly contribute to the conservation of dolphins. By observing dolphins, people recognize the value of these creatures and tend to support conservation projects. For example, dolphin watching tours provide economic benefits and carry an awareness-raising purpose. However, rules must be applied in such activities to prevent disruption of the pod's natural habitats. Excessive approach or noise can increase dolphins' stress levels and alter their natural behaviors. In the marine ecosystem, dolphins are an important part of the food chain. The fish and squid they prey on maintain the balance of the underwater ecosystem. Dolphins' role allows other organisms in the ecosystem to live healthily. For example, by preventing the overpopulation of certain fish species, they maintain the balance of seabed vegetation and small marine creatures. In this way, dolphins play a critical role in the healthy functioning of marine ecosystems. However, human activities seriously threaten dolphins' lives. Plastic pollution in the seas, ship traffic, fishing, and habitat destruction negatively affect dolphin populations. Getting caught in fishing nets is one of the main causes of dolphin deaths. In addition, climate change reduces food sources and narrows habitats. These threats endanger dolphins' long-term survival. Conservation projects are critically important to secure dolphins' habitats and protect their populations. National and international projects aimed at protecting dolphins are carried out in different parts of the world. Creating marine protected areas, imposing fishing bans, and monitoring pods ensure that species live healthily. At the same time, public awareness campaigns support people in interacting with dolphins without causing harm. Scientists continuously collect data on dolphin populations through conservation projects and update strategies when necessary. There are many different species of dolphins worldwide, each living in different geographical regions and ecosystems. One of the most well-known species is the bottlenose dolphin, Tursiops truncatus. This species can be seen both in coastal waters and open seas, and is frequently featured in documentaries. Bottlenose dolphins usually have gray color tones and move quickly and agilely while playing on the water's surface. Their lengths range from approximately 2 to 4 meters, and their weights can range from 150 to 650 kilograms. The common dolphin is another widespread species, especially living in the open ocean. This species has a more slender and elongated body structure and is notable for fast swimming abilities and jumping on the surface. Common dolphins move in coordinated groups during hunting and use complex hunting strategies. In addition, this species' social structure includes strong bonds and cooperation mechanisms within the pod. The distributions of dolphin species vary according to the ecosystems they inhabit. Species living in tropical and temperate seas can reproduce for most of the year and give birth to their young when food sources are abundant. Species in colder waters generally show reproductive tendencies during specific months. This seasonal difference increases the survival chances of calves and maintains pod balance. Each dolphin species in the world has developed unique behaviors and adaptations. For example, some species use special strategies to hunt fish schools in coastal areas. Species living in the open ocean have strong muscle structures to swim faster and cover long distances. These adaptations allow dolphins to survive in different habitats and increase interspecies diversity. Different dolphin species also diversify their roles in ecosystems. Some species maintain balance and lower levels of the food chain by preying on small fish and squid. Larger species emphasize coordination and cooperation within the pod while capturing their prey. These interspecies differences contribute to preserving the complex structure of marine ecosystems and support biological diversity. Social structures among dolphin species also differ. Bottlenose dolphins generally form small family groups, while some open ocean species can create massive pods consisting of hundreds of individuals. In these pods, leadership, cooperation, and hierarchy mechanisms operate in a complex manner. Young dolphins observe this social structure, learn appropriate behaviors within the pod, and acquire skills necessary for survival. Dolphins' lives face many environmental threats today. Plastic pollution is one of the most serious problems. Plastics entering the oceans can harm dolphins' gills or digestive systems. Ingesting small plastic particles can cause long-term digestive problems, weakness, and even death. Ship traffic and maritime transportation also pose significant risks to dolphins. Fast-moving vessels can cause collisions in dolphins' natural habitats and disrupt pod behavior. Fishing nets and other fishing methods are also major threats to dolphins. Dolphins accidentally caught in nets may die from asphyxiation. Such deaths negatively impact dolphin populations worldwide and reduce survival rates, especially of young individuals. In addition, noise pollution, meaning high underwater sounds, disrupts dolphins' communication and echolocation abilities. Ships, drilling activities, and sonar use can cause stress in dolphins and alter their natural behaviors. Climate change is another significant factor affecting dolphins' habitats and food sources. Rising sea temperatures lead to shifts in fish schools and loss of dolphins' hunting grounds. Ocean acidification also affects the entire marine ecosystem, indirectly threatening dolphin survival. All these factors reduce dolphins' chances of survival while increasing the importance of scientists and conservation projects. Conservation efforts play a critical role in dolphin survival. Many countries have established marine protected areas to safeguard dolphins' habitats. Fishing bans and human interaction restrictions are applied in these areas. At the same time, scientists monitor pods to track population numbers and health. These efforts improve dolphins' living conditions and contribute to creating long-term conservation strategies. Public awareness is also very important in dolphin conservation. People must learn to interact with dolphins without harming their habitats. For example, during observation tours, it's necessary not to approach pods too closely, avoid making noise, and refrain from interventions that disrupt natural behaviors. In this way, people can observe dolphins while their natural lives are preserved. Some conservation projects also include monitoring dolphins in education and research centers. In these projects, dolphins' health, reproductive success, and social behaviors are continuously observed. This increases scientific knowledge and makes conservation methods more effective. In addition, allowing the public and students to meet dolphins raises awareness about their protection and supports sustainable interaction. Looking to the future, dolphin conservation and the sustainability of their habitats are of great importance. Climate change, ocean pollution, and human-induced threats continue to endanger dolphin populations. However, promising developments are happening thanks to scientists, conservation organizations, and public awareness. In many parts of the world, dolphin conservation projects are being successfully implemented, and pods' natural behaviors are monitored and protected. These efforts aim not only to protect dolphins, but the overall health of marine ecosystems. Dolphins play a critical role in maintaining balance in ecosystems. By preying on fish and squid, they maintain the food chain and help preserve biodiversity on the seabed. Their health and population stability directly affect the survival of other marine creatures. Therefore, protecting dolphins does not only save a species, but also protects the entire marine ecosystem. The relationship between humans and dolphins must also be managed more carefully in the future. Ecotourism, scientific research, and therapeutic programs can be beneficial for both humans and dolphins when implemented correctly. Humans' ability to observe and interact with dolphins without causing harm requires a conscious and sustainable approach. Education and awareness campaigns help spread this conscious approach. Dolphins' intelligence, social structure, and playful behaviors not only make them the protagonists of nature documentaries, but also demonstrate to humans the complexity of marine ecosystems and the importance of biodiversity. The bond established with them gives humans a sense of empathy and responsibility. Dolphins stand out as creatures whose intelligence and emotional interactions motivate humans to protect the oceans and nature. In conclusion, dolphins are not only graceful and intelligent marine mammals, they are symbols of the ecosystem and bridges between humans and nature. Conservation efforts must continue for future generations to see these unique creatures and for the oceans to remain healthy. As scientists, environmentalists, and conscious individuals work together to protect dolphins' habitats and populations, the future of these graceful and intelligent marine mammals can be secured. Dolphins will continue to be a valuable part of both the oceans and human awareness with their intelligence, social structures, and interactions with humans.